Good morning, everyone. My name is Veritas, and welcome back to Destiny. Now, today is Friday, which also means that the exotic weekly merchant, Xur, Agent of the Nine, is here in rotation in one of your social spaces. In this game we know as Destiny by Bungie, released in 2014, things fun like that. So, I've recorded this video once already, but my microphone was muted, so all of that amazing content is now lost to the ages, wisped off into the void of never year. Anyway, so Xur has a nice pretty inventory this week. Since I know the stat rolls on these, buy this helmet and buy this weapon. These are the two things you're going to want to buy. Now I say that because these no backup plans have a pretty low stat roll in terms of the possible maximum. They're 74%, so they're really low. You're probably gonna find a better one of these regardless of how you get one. If you have to have them, go ahead and pick them up. But they're not gonna really help you stat wise too much, which means the strength roll on these is really low. So you can use this. No backup plans. What they do is a shotgun kill will trigger force barrier and its duration is increased. So if you are a defender titan and your melee is up, which would usually give you an overshield, shotgun kills cause your overshield to activate and it takes your melee. So yeah, it's basically turns your shotgun into a melee gun thing. Moving into the graviton forfeit, this is 85% of the maximum possible roll. So not good at all, but if you need the helmet, go ahead and pick it up. This helmet grants you Shade Step, which is a Night Stalker perk, subclass perk. So if you use this helmet, you can use something like Relentless Tracker or something like that, or Keen Scout or whatever. So you don't have to bother using Shade Step as a perk. Moving into the Apotheosis Veil. I like the Apotheosis Veil. I think it has a good aesthetic to it. Yours is going to look different based on your shader, this yellow camo, and I think the black back here is from my shader. But the blue face is always the same. I think the black is the same. But I like this helmet. It looks really cool. It looks like a BioShock character. Apotheosis Veil kind of grants a one-time Sunsinger bonus to all of the Warlock subclasses. What it does is you immediately regenerate health, melee, and grenade on activating your super. So that means if you are low health, have no grenade, and no melee up, you activate your super, this thing brings it all back right away. Which is kind of like what the Sunsinger subclass does by itself when you activate your super, but this would work with all of the other supers as well. It's also pretty good for health regen. So I know people were using this in raids a long time ago. They would use this to get their health to regenerate and then would keep going. So I like this helmet. I'd pick it up. It's also 90% of the maximum possible roll, so it's the best one of the three of these by far. So for a Warlock, this is a good helmet. Pick it up if you don't have it. Moving into the Zhalo Supercell, I would grab this weapon. The Zhalo Supercell is the only primary weapon in Year 2 Taken King, this current version of Destiny, that has an element on it that isn't kinetic. If you're confused by that, if you look at all other primary weapons in Year 2, you will notice that none of them have an element. This is kinetic, and then you go into these and they're all elemental. Well, what that means is they took the elements off of primaries for Year 2. So this is the only primary weapon you can get with an element on it, and it's Arc Burn, which is usually the most used burn in the game. So if you're playing like Vanguard Heroic Strikes or a Nightfall and it says it has Arc Burn, or any other content that says it has Arc Burn, this weapon will do bonus damage because it's arc based. Zhalo Supercell, arc projectiles have a chance to chain to get lightning together when enemies are close. This happens more often than you think it does. And bolts from the blue, double kills with this weapon, charge a small amount of super energy and return ammo to the magazine. This happens a lot more than you think it does. This weapon is basically a super regeneration machine. It's very good. It's good at taking off shields. It's good at everything. And it's even better when you're in an arc playlist. It's even pretty good when you're not. This is a good weapon to use pretty much all the time if you have it leveled up pretty well. So those are my recommendations. Probably snag this helmet and snag this weapon. If you're going to do anything, get this weapon. This is a legacy engram, which means it will decrypt into a Year 1 item. It will only have light of 170 and can't go any higher. This is useless to you if you are playing for year 2 content. So don't buy this thinking it's going to turn into, you know, a year 2 weapon like a I can't even think of one, like a 335 Hawk Moon. Don't buy this. It'll turn into a 170 Hawk Moon, but it won't turn into a 335 Hawk Moon. So moving down to his Curios, he has a plasma drive which can be used to permanently upgrade a rare sparrow and improve the overall speed and durability of it, and it will also give it a blue trail. Same thing with the emerald coil. Same thing. They give it a green trail. Heavy ammo synth can be used in combat to regenerate your heavy ammo. They all can also be traded into factions for faction reputation. 3 of coins are a stackable effect item that basically give you the ability to have exotic engrams drop from ultras or crucible matches. So use one of these at a time. Use one, kill an ultra, finish crucible match, whatever. If you don't get it, use another one. Keep using one and doing the thing it says in the description of this item. Don't use like 5 at a time. That's a waste. When you finally do get one to drop, it resets the hidden buff to 0. So yeah. Challenge of Elders is really good for this. You usually get 1 exotic per run, so it's kind of nice. Glass needles are kind of an expensive item. If you buy these, you can use them to re-roll exotic armors. You can use them to re-roll the stats and the perks on them, which means you'd be able to re-roll this, and it would change what's up here, and it would change what's down here based on if it can be changed. So yeah, just be careful with that. Not every piece of armor has all of the perks, so you might want to go online and go to Bungie's Armory on Bungie.net and find out what things can have. I mean, you could buy like 5 of these and then re-roll these to be perfect. You could, but I wouldn't recommend it. And then down here in Material Exchange, he has the worst exchange rate in the game, but, you know, teach his own. So that's what he's got. He's over here by the speaker, like I said. Or I hope I said. Like I said, I did this twice, so that's always fun. But yeah, he's over here in this corner being a dick and things like that. So if you're curious as to where he is, that's where he is. That's what he's got. Grab the Apotheosis Veil and probably grab the Zhalo Supercell. Those are my recommendations. Those are the 2 things I would buy if I didn't have them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope it was helpful. I apologize for like the lack of energy in this one. I was very happy with the first one, and it was like, your microphone's muted, dumbass. I was like, oh no, I'm sad now. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, a rating would be much appreciated. And as always, until the next video, have a great day, everyone.